Hello everyone, and Gargi Arya here, and welcome to this exclusive interview with someone I really admire, and someone who is helping people take charge of their lives all over the world. And it's an honor for me to share the stage with the one and only Aman Khurana. Thank you so much, sir, for your time, and thank you for coming here to make us understand the power of goal setting. So,
Thank you for having me, Gandhi. It's lovely to be on this interview with you. Your
thank you.
smiling face.
So actually I have planned a few questions so we can go through them and you can make us understand what are goals and what is the real importance of goal setting in teenagers' life. So the
Hmm.
first question that I have is what is actually the importance of goal setting in a student's life?
Okay. Student's life, actually, I'll tell you the importance of goal settings in anyone's life. But it's even more important when you're a student. So the importance of setting goals is basically it gives you a direction. And a direction is really important. If you don't have a direction, if you don't know where you're going, then like where exactly are you going? You'll just be like a balloon in the wind. You'll be just floating here and there and everywhere. There is no destination, there is no stop point, and you will just keep floating. So the importance of goals in someone's life, or especially in a student's life, is they have some direction. They know where to go. Like it's basically that old example of a ship in a harbor. Like if you leave a ship in a harbor with no direction, no maps, no captain, no nothing, will it go anywhere, or will it just stay there? It'll
Yes,
just be floating with the stream, with the current, wherever the water takes it, right?
yes,
But if we have a direction, if we have a map, if we have a captain, then the ship will definitely reach its destination. So the point of goals and the importance of a goal setting is having direction in life, and it is extremely important for students because if they don't have that direction, they are lost. And when they're lost, like we have very creative minds when we are very young, and that creative mind can channelize into destructive things as well. So it's important to take control of that mind, give it direction, and laser focus and go towards your goal, because in that young creative mind we can like solve a lot of world problems, not just their own personal problems or problems of country, world problems. So yeah, for that it's very important for a student to have a direction and goals. Yeah.
absolutely, sir. I agree with you that our mind is just like a horse. Whatever direction we will give to it, it will go there. So, connected to
Yeah.
this question only, I have another question that how do you think a teenager should manage his time? Because most of us are either wasting our time on TV, social media sites, or some are even utilizing it. So, that's the question.
So basically you're asking me how does a teenager should manage their time, like a time management thing.
Yes.
So, first of all, being a teenager, it's really mad because there are a lot of factors, a lot of distractions pulling you towards themselves. You know, these social media apps, all these things, they are designed. There are scientists in the background working on how to capture your imagination, capture your brain, keep you scrolling, keep you watching a video after another video, and keep doing that and that. So, it is very hard. First of all, we need to acknowledge that it's very hard. Secondly, again, it comes to the goal setting. If we have properly set a goal in our life, if we properly know what our direction is, if we properly know where we have to go, then the distractions can come. They will come. They definitely will come. But we know, okay, it's been an hour, it's been 30 minutes, it's been 15 minutes, it's been more than 2 hours. Now I need to get back to my goal. If I don't get back to my goal, if the goal is not strong enough, then God help me, I'll just be lost again. I'll just be lost again. And it's very easy to give into these temptations and these apps and these other things as well. But if you have a correct and a strong foundation with your goal, and if it is a very strong vision, then definitely you will manage your time and you will do 10 times better than you think you can. Because everyone has those 24 hours in the day. It's not like Gargi has 26 hours and I have 16 hours. We both have 24 hours in the day. We both have to manage our times. We both have to prioritize. If we don't prioritize our goals, if we don't prioritize ourselves, then the distractions, the TV, the Facebook, the this, the that will take us away and we'll be lost.
Agreed. Thank you so much for answering such a question in a beautiful manner. So, the next question that I have is, what would be your top 5 principles when it comes to understanding the life of a teenager? Like the 5 principles which they can implement in their lives to actually get that goal, their targeted goal, in a specific amount of time.
Okay. Smart question and smartly put as well. The specific amount of time is a great ad. I think you've been working on my workshop as well. So,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, it's good. As I also teach people about smart goal setting, you have to be specific, measurable, and it should be time bound and stuff. So, in goal settings and principles, if I come down to the 5 principles as you asked me, number one, student life is a very tough and a fun time, both at the same time. Because we, first of all, tough because we don't know what we are operating from. We don't know much about ourselves. We're just doing whatever we are told. Our parents say do this, our teacher says do this. So we're not looking inside and seeing, okay, this is what I have to do. So first of all, get clear about what you have to do. The principle here is, first of all, awareness, self-awareness. If you're not self-aware, whoever can tell you whatever, and you might do it, you might not do it, depending on your mood, depending on if you respect the person, depending on how much rapport do you have with the person. So first of all, first and foremost, you need to know where you are at the current moment, both physically, mentally, and emotionally. If you can figure that out, you are gold for life, not just as a teenager, for life you're gold. So self-awareness is goal principle number one. Principle number two is the goal setting. It's not the first. If you don't know where you are, you don't know where you have to go. And I don't care about your past. Your past can be a big factor, but right now, the present and then where you're going next. So second principle is definite goal setting. Like you need to know this is it. And I say definite, but don't take it as an ultimatum. Goals can be flexible as well. As I said in the earlier thing, goals has to be a direction. So your direction is you want to be a motivational speaker. You want to be the best motivational speaker in the world. But don't get tied to the idea that you want to, like if someone Googles your name, it comes the best motivational speaker. You have to know in yourself and in your heart, your students should know that you are the best motivational speaker. So just like that, for your students as well, for your people who will be watching this course of yours, I want you to know, be the best at who you are and set the goal accordingly. If you know your goal, that is principle number two. Principle number three, as she said, time bound. Give yourself deadlines. People will give you deadlines in life. You will have assignments in school. You will have things in life where people will be like, okay, you have to do it in a certain date. But if you give yourself deadlines, even prior to that date, you will manage your time properly as well. Your previous question is also answered here. So if you give yourself, say for example, you have a deadline of 15th August, Independence Day, you have to do something before that. In your own head, give yourself a deadline which is 5 days before that. You have to be done with it at 10th of August by all means. And then those 5 days, you have time to revise, you have time to rework, you have time to do the little things, tweaks here and there, which you definitely will leave when you're starting something new. So that is principle number three. Principle number four, you are super young at the moment. Try as many things as you can. You have all but time. So try as much, experiment, go out, do shit, have fun. Go out, like just go out, just do a lot of stuff. Right? You have to be diligent about it. You have to be super proactive about it. Okay, this is my life. I am this. Maybe you go and do boxing. Maybe you do go and learn swimming. Maybe you do horse riding. Whatever the hell you like or you think it's interesting, this is the time. Do it. Just do it. Don't ask twice. Don't think twice. Just do it. If you don't have the money, become resourceful. Think of things you can, but you can have so much fun without money as well. So money should never be a barrier. That is your principle number four. Go try new things as much as you can. And these principles will help you in life as well.
Yes.
And what is principle number five? What do you think, Agi, should be the principle number five? I want to ask you, given the train of thoughts we've been following.
Take action or take charge?
No. That's principle number 6.
Okay.
But principle number 5 is have fun with whatever you are doing. All these 4 principles, whatever you're doing, have fun. Because as I said, you're super young. If you're not having fun with what you're doing, even in studies, man, like maybe the subject that you hate at the most, like the moment, physics you hate, maths you hate, accounts you hate, whatever it is, you hate it at the moment. You're not like a numbers person. Maths is the shittiest thing, or maybe English is not your subject, or maybe Hindi is not your subject, or whatever it is. That particular subject is not your subject, is what you've been telling yourself. Go do that subject, have fun while you're doing it, reprogram yourself. Just I'm just here, I'm having fun. Go talk to your teacher, have fun with her. Like not too much, but have fun with her. And yeah, if you're having fun, you will see the most difficult things will become easier. There is a lot of things I can make it even more complicated that I can, but I'm making it very simplistic for anyone to understand. If you're having fun, if you're in a peak state, you are having the best time of your life. That's about it. And you can do and achieve anything you want. So that is my principle number 5. And as Gagi said, when we have all these 5 principles, what we have to do with them is roll them up, lock and load, and take charge of your life. Because if you are not taking charge of your life, who is? Is Gagi taking charge of your life? Am I taking charge of your life? No. You have to take charge of your life. You have to apply all these 5 principles. And principles you will get loads in life. You have to figure out what are your principles. That was principle number 1, awareness. You have to set your own principles in your mind. You have to set your own course of action. If you don't do that, anyone can come and tell you anything. And you will easily be lost with whatever their thought processes are. So be self-aware and make your own principles after this session. All right? And don't forget to
take charge. Absolutely. So correctly answered, sir, that if we don't know where we stand right now, if we where we are right now, then we can never move on to the place we desire the most. So first of all, self-awareness is very important, and as you are going through the process, having fun is the most important thing in life, because if you are not having fun, you are simply dying. So beautifully put. So the next question is, what would you recommend to a teenager when he is unable to take action and he is only involved in the planning game, like making plans but not taking the step?
So that's a very good question. And again, your questions are very well put together. The thing is, these things we still see in adulthood. A lot of people that I'm meeting today, they're 40 years old and they're still thinking of this. Yesterday, I met a gentleman, he was 57 years old and he doesn't have a job. And he's a very talented guy. He's not earning a shred of money. He's 57. And the talents that man has, 56 different talents. He can mimic, he can act, he can do this, he can do that. But he doesn't have a job and he's not earning. So again, coming back to your question, when you're in that planning stage and you're not taking action, it's very easy for me to come here, say do this, say take charge. But what if you're just watching me and you're not doing it anyway? Yeah. So this is something which can be only, this is something you have to look inside. You have to really look inside. You have to approach people like coaches, like myself or Gagi or whoever it is. You have to approach these coaches, because this is something we don't teach in schools. We're not taught this in school. We're not taught about our emotional intelligence. We're not taught about our goal settings. We're not taught about time management and stuff like that. We're not taught about this. We're not taught about what's happening inside this head, how to control our emotions, how to actually get from emotions to action. We're not taught about that. But definitely you will have some sticking points in your life which are stopping you. Maybe it's a fear of failure. Maybe it's a fear of rejection. Maybe it's, okay, what if I do it and then I fail? What if I do it and then I succeed? Some people have fear of success as well. So what do we do there? We work with a coach one-on-one. We sit them down. We actually assess. We take help from them because they have been doing it professionally. They have been helping a lot of people. So we assess them. But if you want to have a cheaper solution to that, maybe you don't want to hire a coach. Maybe you don't have the money for it. You're a student. your parents don't believe in coaching. What do? Again, you go to principle number 1. You go to self-awareness. You ask yourself questions. You write it down. You journal it. You ask yourself, okay, why am I stopping? What is the fear here? It's definitely a fear. Either I'm not enough, I'll fail, maybe I'll succeed. What if I succeed and I can't hold it? There are a lot of these fears. You have to first assess what it is. When you know what it is, then you can target it, then you can attack it. But if you don't know what it is and you just label yourself, oh, I'm a lazy person or I'm a procrastinator, then you are. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You've made it happen. Congratulations. You did the power of self-belief and you did it in a very wrong way. Congratulations. Kudos to you.
Yes.
But if you really want to take charge of your life, if you really want to make shit happen, if you really want to not be stuck in the stage of planning and actually go ahead and execute, ask yourself, what is your vision? What is your goal? In life, not just right now, in life, what is your goal? Do you want to become someone? Do you want to provide for someone? Do you want to do something for someone? Is there a fear? Like, you can also use fear in a very positive way here. If I don't do this, then the worst of the worst things will happen. The worst case scenario. So you do those things or you consult an expert, but don't stop. Because it's very easy to be in that Peter Pan situation. I give this example in this thing. It's a Peter Pan situation. We don't want to grow up. We don't want to take responsibility. We don't want to take charge because it's easier to be in this comfort zone. It's easier to be in this zone where we have identified with this is it. I can't do better than this. Can I? Yes, you can. Just find a person who vibes with you. Maybe it's Gargi, maybe it's me, maybe it's someone else. Find a person who vibes with you and let them help you or help yourself, because you have to take charge of your life. No one else will.
Very powerful answer. So it's very important to take charge and to find a mentor in the chaotic world, right? Yes. So the last question.
Actually, one second. I'll add something more to it. Yes. Just a little thing. Sometimes I've seen people who are very dedicated, very motivated, and very on their path. But sometimes even they are in that planning stage and they cannot get out. In that case, there is one more factor which can change your life dramatically. I think it's a very universal information and we all know this, but I'll definitely give a little tweak to that old thing. There's an old saying, we are the sum total of 5 people we hang out with.
Yes.
So if you're hanging out with losers, if you're hanging out with people who are not taking action, if you're hanging out with people who are not doing anything, and if those are the same people you're planning it out with, then nothing is going to happen. So go out there and seek people who are already in that direction, who are already doing what you're doing. Because when you're there and when you're amongst those people, when that energy is rubbing off on you, then there is no excuse to stop. Then there is no excuse to not take action. That's why, even coming to a coach, this coach is already doing something. You see that it rubs off on you on a very deeper and a very psychological level. So that's a little addition to that, but I think that's about it. You can move on to the next question. Sorry about that.
No, sir. It's a very great point to share that environment is greater than your willpower. So if you are surrounding yourself with losers, you can never become a champion. So
exactly.
Connected to this question, if suppose someone does not know what he wants, or someone does not know what he wants to do in his life, what career does he want to choose, so in that case, what can he do in order to find his goal or purpose?
I think I've answered this even before you asked me.
Yes.
Can you guess how?
So in the top 5 principles maybe.
Exactly. It was the 4th principle. You go out and you have fun. You do a lot of different things. There is no way that you're trying different things and there is not one thing that sticks to you. There is not one thing. Maybe you are a cook. You love cooking, but you're not. You haven't explored it. You don't even know what cooking is. तुमने बस अपनी मम्मी को देखा है रसोई में खाना बनाते हुए and you think cooking. But if you go out and you explore it, you play with those flavors, you taste that amazing dish that you create after the end of it. It's just crumbshating in your mouth, you're salivating, and people are applauding you. They are saying, oh man, you're such a cook, man. And people are appreciating you. That's when you know what you really want. Or that's when you know what your passions are. People can have different passions. There's not just one passion that someone has to follow. Oh, I'm passionate about motivational speaking, I'll only be a motivational speaker. You can be a speaking coach. You can be a dialect coach. You can do a lot of different things with one passion. And you have, in your life, you will definitely have 2 or 3 passions. You just have to figure out which one do you want to make your profession in. Basically, it's just that. And if you're trying a lot of different things, you know a lot of your different passions. And many a times you can combine your passions and make a synergy of something which puts you far ahead of other people. Because I remember there's this lady that I coached once. She studied dentistry and she loved it. She had no problem with it. She loved it, but she also was very curious about influencer marketing. She was a social media influencer as well. Because उसे photos खिंचाने का बहुत शौक था. उसे बहुत she used to travel, she used to do this and a lot of pictures and stuff. People used to follow her and stuff. So when she finished her dentistry, she had an edge over all the other dentists. She had like 500k something followers on Instagram. So when people got to know, oh, she's a dentist as well, they wanted to come and meet her in her practice. They came as fans, but they became customers as well. Yeah. So you can have many different passions and that can work out in your favor in dramatical fashions, in like movie-like fashions. Oh, I never thought these dots will connect, but they have, and now you're a rock star. So if you don't know your passion, go ahead, explore. I'm not telling you something new. Everyone says it. But it's totally up to you if you're going to go and put your work, put your head to it.
Agree with you. So agree with you. So most of us, what I have seen or observed is that whenever people, they don't know what their passion is, they start saying, I don't know, or I have no time, or something like this, or I'm confused in my life, I'm stuck. So that's why they are, like you also said, the power of self-belief. So they are itself saying that I'm confused, and that's why universe is responding to the same vibes.
The moment you say I'm confused, universe says 10x, be more confused. I'll throw 5 different things at you, be even more confused. Go have fun with it.
Yes.
So what you have to stop saying is, okay, I'm going to tell you something from my paid consultancy. It's a very this thing, and people pay me like thousands and thousands of rupees for this, like even lakhs. But this is a very deep thing, and I'll try to simplify as much as possible. Stop identifying with your failures. Stop identifying with stupid things. Start saying better things. Start give yourself a better story. When you start saying, oh, I am this, the universe is listening. Your God is listening, or whatever higher power you want to associate with, they're listening. Like हिंदी धर्म में भी कहते हैं, हिंदू धर्म में सॉरी, कि एक तुम्हारे ना जुबान पे सरस्वती माता का वास होता है एक टाइम पे पूरे दिन में. So why do they say that? They say whatever you are saying, say nice things or say good things, or at least when you're talking to yourself, when you're having a self-reflection, self-conversation, be very particular about the words you use about yourself, because you don't know it, but your head, your subconscious mind is listening in on each and every word you say about yourself. And when you say it, you're reprogramming yourself without even realizing it. If you start, like I used to, this is a personal thing I used to do. I'm very bad with names. I used to say this over and over again, and I said it to a point where I actually legit became very bad with names. But I never stopped and wondered, okay, maybe it's the short-term memory. Maybe I need to repeat it a few more times when I meet someone in the beginning. I'll remember their name. I started associating funny things, like you're wearing glasses. Maybe I'll say Gargi, the girl with glasses. Or I'll pick up few funny things, or I'll, create a cartoon in my head, which I'll make, okay, Gargi is this. And then I will always remember your name because I'll remember that cartoon. It is very creative. It is very out there. It's a very old technique in mnemonics and stuff. But yes, so stop identifying with whatever bad things you're calling about yourself. Any negative beliefs, any negative quotes that you have about yourself, stop them right there. And when you consciously stop yourself while you're doing that, you will see a shift in your mind. And if you associate positive things with yourself, you will see a shift as well. And it will not happen right now. It'll take 3 weeks. It'll take 2 months. But after that, just if you're self-aware, if you're following principle number 1, you will see the change. If you're not, then who cares? Just follow it anyway.
Extremely
All right.
powerful. So I
Thank you.
remember that I attended your goals mastery workshop and I got a lot of useful pointers from it. And till today I follow that exercise of writing goals every day, like top 20 goals of mine, and they're really helping me a lot. So I just want to ask you that can you please explain the listeners about how, like, what do you teach in goals mastery workshop? What's the main aim of it?
So the workshop that you attended was a beta test workshop. Like that was just me starting out as well with this online space and stuff. So like the curriculum that I've set right now, it's 10 times much better than that. So I really want to invite you to that next workshop as well. And for everyone who's following this or who's watching this video, I really want to tell you what I do in my workshop and what I think is very important. And I think it like personally, they say scratch your own niche when you're trying to find your niche. I don't believe in niches because I do a lot of things. So people who do, more power to them. But I seriously have so much on my plate and I can't let go of anything. I'm a very this thing. I want to help as many people as I can, wherever they are. And because I'm working with a lot of mindset things, I might help people who are into fitness. I might help people who are in different areas of their life and all that stuff. So what I teach in my goal setting workshop is the fundamentals of life that we weren't taught in schools, that I think were super important, that I think like if you were part of this small interview in this half an hour or 1 hour, whatever it is, you must have understood that I am coming from deep principles, deep things that I have thought them through. I have learned from people. I have envisioned in my life. I know what I have to do with that information. And I have applied that in a very good manner. And I do a lot of businesses as well. I'm an entrepreneur. So I have taken these principles from my personal life, from my personal development, and put them into my businesses as well. And with those, I have learned this thing. Okay, this is something that works. This is something that doesn't. So whatever doesn't, I throw that away. Whatever works, and I have tested it on people as well. That is, you were one of the test subjects, yes. And you had some good words about it. So I did some more shadow workshops, and took a lot of data in. And with whatever was working, I created a foundational course of goal setting, where if you use these principles anywhere in your life, I've set up a game in a way. If you have this manual to this game of life, then you have anything and everything. And this is one of those things, like this is like a Bible. Like Bible have a lot of stories that helps us live our life in a certain way. My course, the one I've created right now, this is like again, it is 96% done. There is 4% more left on my course. And when I launch obviously you will have this up before I launch it. So when I launch it, like this is going to be one of those Bible courses that you get in, you're like mind blown. Whoa, why are we not learning this in school? Why are our parents not teaching us this? What? And then you will come back, okay, those principles, this man, he had something about it. And you will come back to it over and over again, and you will find a new thing every time you come. This is a guarantee. So, as I said, goals are just directions. Once you have a direction, you know what to do next. They say your story. What is your story? What is your strategy? And what is your state? These three things, I think we have learned from Tony Robbins. It's one of both of our mentors. That course is like Tony Robbins and all of my other mentors into like having steroids, having nitrous oxide inside them, and going full speed ahead. That is my course. That is my goal setting mastery. That is my, actually, I won't reveal the name right now, but you will be the first one to know the name of the course. It's related to games, it related to goals, and it relates to the person that you know right now today. And it obviously will push you to take charge of your life. You won't be left standing. You'll be like, whoa, this is it. So yeah, that's my course. And you can let me know. You were part of the test subject. How impactful was that to you? And any 2 or 3 things that you learned from that, which you still use or which has helped you give more clarity in your life?
Yes, sir, I still use the power of writing goals each day. I used to hear it from many of my mentors, like Success Gyan mentors too, but I never implemented it. Like, I used to feel a lot more lazy while writing goals, who would write that long description. But now every day I'm following it, and it's really like motivating me to start something even more bigger each day. And the second greatest learning from your goals mastery workshop was about changing your story and rewriting it again. Like, you told us to give it a name, give it a movie's name, and then start writing it again. And I hope I sent you the story too, which you read also. So yeah, these were my 2 biggest learnings. And yes, whoever will come to your course, even this new course also that you are going to launch in few days, so I hope that all of us will be implementing it in our own lives, and we will be impacted. And just you said, like, whoa, I know it will be happening to everyone. So that is
That
what.
is good. Thank you so much.
So
And I think the one thing that you picked up, this is something like a free giveaway for anyone who's watching this interview. Write your goals. Write 20 goals on a daily basis, even 100 if you can. Write 100 goals. Why am I saying that? And why 20 or 100 or 25, whatever it is? Pick a number, write those many goals on a daily basis. And write in the sense of I am, not I will or I am. You're living that goal right now. Because when you do that, you start reprogramming your mind again.
yes.
And with that reprogramming, actually, even if you don't want to believe that reprogramming side of things, you think, okay, this is you're just saying it, or you're not believing it right now. What you have to do is, when you start writing, when you start journaling, when you start writing, there is something magical happens, which is not actually magical. You start thinking, you start articulating your ideas. This is very science backed. When you start thinking and you're articulating, you get more clarity on your life. What do you want from life? What are your goals? Maybe before this exercise, you didn't even know what you want. You just, okay, my mom says I will do this in my life. My dad said you'll be a doctor, you'll be an engineer, and that was your life. You never thought about life.
Yes.
Maybe when you start writing, okay, maybe I want to become a marine biologist. No one taught me what's a marine biologist. But now that I've written it, I'll Google it. I'll look for things. Okay, what can I be actually? Go out, Google it. Go out, find people on YouTube, Instagram, or find communities of things. Okay, I want to be this, or I might want to be this. If you're following principle number 4, if you're out there exploring, you have new ideas every day. Oh, I want to be a chef. Oh, I want to be a cook. Oh, I want to be a driver. Maybe being a driver is your goal. Go for it, man. You want to be a pilot. You want to be it can be anything. But since you're writing it down, you're giving yourself more clarity. And when you have clarity, the universe is listening to your clearer thoughts, not the brain fog. Oh, I want to be rich. How do you want to be rich? You want to be famous. How do you want to be famous? You don't know. I just want to be famous. I want to be a movie star. How do I become a movie star? Do I learn acting? Do I learn what? Do I write stuff? Do I go to plays? Do I do theater? What do I do? You don't have an action plan because you don't have a goal. Get the goal first, get the action plan second, get your state right, and go for it. That is the whole point to it, right? So that's a freebie from my goal setting mastery. Go ahead and use it as you may. And more power to you, Gargi. Thank you for this beautiful interview. Do we have other questions? I'm sorry, I kind of started having a closing line. So, yeah.
No, sir, I don't have any questions, but thank you so much for coming up here. I hope that whoever will be watching this video in the course, as my community will also keep on growing, I hope that everyone will be impacted by this, and we will make you proud by implementing all your action steps in our lives. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Great having to talk to all of you guys. And if you found this helpful, if you found this something which has given you some kind of clarity, some kind of good objectives, good lines to think about, good thoughts, then obviously you can follow me as well. And if you're in Gagi's community, obviously you're doing something right, and keep doing what she's saying, because I know this kid is working really hard and she is on her path. If you just become part of this tribe, as I said, the environment really helps. If you become part of this crazy tribe who are doing good stuff in their life, you will definitely be motivated and motivated for life. So, and these are your friends, these are your best friends coming in life. So keep them together. And Gargi is the leader. So keep her like she's doing some great stuff. So just follow her footsteps, because you want to model someone who's doing the right things. So yeah, more power to you. All the best. Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be with you in these things.
Same here, sir. Thank you.